Hello, Rahway families. My name is Linda Lambert. I'm the technology facilitator at Franklin School, and I'm hoping that today I'll be able to help you with ClassDojo, and by the time we're done, you will be able to use its features and understand it a little more. So if you're not familiar with ClassDojo connects you to our school and teachers for easy and effective communication. Instead of getting separate emails, all the teachers can communicate with one app. Everything is in one place. So there's a couple different ways that a teacher may invite you to the class. There's a paper form, which during distant learning, we won't be sending those, but there's a possibility that you could get this in the form of a PDF emailed to you. So you may get a code that asks you to join through that code, and the instructions are right on there. You may get a text, or you may get an email. Or one other way is if your teacher is using Seesaw, you may get that message through Seesaw as well. If you were connected last year through ClassDojo, you're automatically still connected, so you don't need to worry about this step. When you do set up your account, it does ask you for your language. Don't feel shy. Please pick the language that you are most comfortable in, because ClassDojo translates all of the messages for you. So if your first language is Spanish, if you pick Spanish, when you type it to your teacher, if your teacher's preferred language is English, the message will come to them in English. It's so amazing that we can communicate with our parents that have we have parents that have many different languages, and it's great that we can communicate with everyone. So please don't be shy. Like I said, pick the language that you're most comfortable with. When you look at, this is a picture of the app. So when you're looking at the app, there are a few different things that I want to point out to you. The first thing I want to point out is the top is where you can switch accounts. You would need more than one account if you have a child that is in another school. So if you have children, say you have 3 children at Franklin School, you wouldn't need separate accounts. They can all be on your same account. But if you have 2 children at Franklin School and one is at the middle school and that teacher at the middle school is using ClassDojo, you will need to have separate accounts. But it's okay. It's easy to switch just by clicking on that little icon at the top. So right where it says your child, so right here where it says your child, if you go there, that's where you can click on that and you can see your child's points and you can see your child's portfolio. You can also add more children by clicking on those plus signs. At the bottom left, that's where you can go to stories. So we have class stories and school story, and I will explain those to you in a minute. But if you wanted to see the announcements from your child's teacher or from the school, you would click right there where it says stories. Now let's look at the top right-hand side where there's that gear. That gear icon is the settings. If you pick the wrong language and you need to change your language, you can click there to change it. You can also reset your password there. And if you're not getting the notifications on your phone, if notifications aren't popping up when you get a new message, that's where you would go to make sure that your notifications are turned on. And the last thing on the bottom right is where your messages are. So messages are individual communication with your child's teacher. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute as well. So the class story, when you're looking at the stories, everything is in one feed, which is great. And I think it's convenient for the parent. You can tell, do you see that arrow where it says class name? You can tell what the post is by looking at the class name, and you can see who posted it. You can see the name of the person that posted it. These messages for the class are sent to the entire class, okay? Teachers can send images, files, videos, and you can like and comment on the class story. Just remember that when you comment on it, that the entire class can see it. Now I'm going to show you the school story. You may not have even realized, if you're already a ClassDojo user, you may not have even realized that there were 2 different things. So because you see it all in one feed. However, you'll know it's a post that went to the whole school when you see that it says Franklin Elementary School or whatever school you are at. I happen to be at Franklin School, so that's why that says Franklin School. So when you see Franklin School under the person's name, you know that it was a school story and it went to the entire school. This is so helpful because if there was a message, imagine if you have 3 children and we needed to send something to you, instead of each of those 3 teachers sending it out and you getting that same message 3 times, this is helpful. Everybody gets the message at the same time and it helps us communicate with you better. You can also, as well, just like class story, you can like and comment on school stories. And now the last thing is messages. So once I said this before, messages are private and it's an individual conversation between you and the teacher. All you have to do is where it says right there, type a message, you click and you type, you click the little airplane, and then it gets sent to the teacher. There's little icons at the bottom. Those icons, you can actually click on that little camera and it'll allow you to take a picture. The next icon allows you to click and get a picture from your camera roll. And then the last one are a cute little ClassDojo emojis that are really cute. So that is the overall of ClassDojo. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out to one of the technology facilitator at your school or your child's teacher. I hope you have a great day.